Yo, what's good, y'all? Back with another episode of Rom'n Around the podcast. I just want to apologize. Well, first, I recorded a whole episode atop a mountain. I hiked up a mountain. It took me about an hour. Sat at the very peak. Recorded a whole video, and my hands were freezing. The wind was so loud. And I wrap it up. I'm like, yo, farewell, stay roaming around, strong, exploring. And it did not record. My phone was actually shut off, and there was no video. So I'm real angry about that. But honestly, I might just not even post this video I'm recording now and just come back tomorrow morning, because the sun is falling. If I stayed up there at night, dude, like I could barely move my hands, bro. But yeah, if I stayed up there at night, I would have been blue. But yeah, I made a whole video about me, the 144, the etymology of a bunch of words, a bunch of names, the deceit of the church, the true nature of Jesus, brother Yeshua. Talk about God and the feminine side, and just how we neglecting this. And yeah, I just recorded a whole podcast, and that junk did not save, dude. It was a beautiful view I was sitting at too, just absolutely gorgeous. The majesty of the mountains, just oh man, I love mountains and stuff like that. But yeah, bro, my hands and face is cold, bro. I even meditated up there a little bit before to really piece together what I wanted to say, because like I said, I don't know, so I didn't say this, but I don't know like who's gonna be getting this video. Hopefully people all over the world, a bunch of people, will see this video, because ultimately, like, a revolution, a change of the world, the matrix of the world is overdue. And I was just talking about, the journey that humanity has gone through, like us being wrong, the white-skinned people, the blue-skinned people. Oh crap, dirt roads are so bad. You had to go like 2 miles an hour. But yeah, how we were just wronged by, the greedy, rich people, beings, and how we wronged, a bunch of saints, and Yeshua, even Salem witch trials. People who wanted to help us and create, heaven on earth. And I talked about like the manifestation of like the warriors of truth, and how like one of the brother rainbow brothers, or like when I say rainbow brothers or soul sisters, like it's one of the people of truth who wants to, they don't want to carry on any of these religions, because ultimately they just keep fighting each other. Think about it, both Jews, Muslims, and Christians are all from the same God of Abraham, yet they cannot unite. Like, think about it, if they united, like, bro, that is unstoppable. Like, they could just, like, y'all go work on this, we're gonna change every industry, every system to be heavenly. One Allah, one blood, one heart, sacred almighty hand, sacred almighty heart, name of Jesus, let's roll. But that is just not happening. And why? Because the church, the Bible, Jesus it's just not true, bro. And it's so deceitful. A perfect example is the monks walking for peace, bro, for peace. And then you had, churchgoers, and I understand most Christians are gonna be like, yeah, fuck them, right? But still, this was happening, as they were saying, there's only one Christ, there's only one face of Christ, one name of Christ. Jesus is the way, you're going to hell. You're a false religion. Fuck you. Like, bro, that is so borderline savage, and ultimately that energy is what led to the Salem witch trials, and just saying, burn you, you witch, burn you, you know. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I've implied this, but MAGA, you know, make America great again, it means witch. So yeah, you know, like, do with that as you see, as you will. And yeah, it's just like a revolution is overdue. A heavenly revolution is overdue. Because I feel like sometimes, like, when I be posting and, you know, just like, you know, just posting for real, you know, saying, hey, yo, guys, just meditate daily and nightly, pray daily and nightly, practice a chi flow daily and nightly, then this is the first step towards a heavenly revolution. Because as you know, we have to heal centuries of slavery, torment, lies, you know. So let's just start small. That's really all I'm saying. Yo, let's just start small and just do prayer, meditation, chi flow morning and night. Chi flow as in, like, you know, just like doing stretches, whether, you know, you want to do yoga or like an actual martial art like qigong, or just, you know, stretching and you just think of the nature of Jesus, or, you know, whoever is your idol or true idol, or, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, that's really all I'm saying. It's like, yo, morning and nightly, or sunrise and sunset, just dedicate some time to your body, mind, and soul. And yeah, and ultimately, like, with all the stuff I'm posting, is I want people to be like hitting me up like, yo, I got some ideas, or yo, let's collab right here, yo. But nobody, I don't know if everybody's scared, and this is why, you know, people say, you know, have mercy on me if they're just scared. I don't know what, because like when I be seeing people posting, dude, I be hitting them up like, yo, I got some ideas, this is what we can do, yeah, let me know, we can start unions, let me know, you know, let's get it rolling, let's roll, man, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so ultimately that is what distinguishes the 2 billions of people from the soldiers of the rainbow, of Jah Dreamland, of truth that transcends all religion and walls and temples and everything. Because I just don't live with that much fear. You know, obviously I get scared if, like, I was on my hike, right, and I was like, yo, what if a bear pull up? Like, should I be like, you know, or should I just like try to run down the mountain and hope he trips or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. And that's ultimately why we need to do sunrise meditation, prayer, chi flow, sunset, nightly prayer, meditation, and chi flow. So when we do face, you know, opportunities, when opportunities strike, you know, we immediately grab freedom instead of fear, joy over evil. Because ultimately, if you look at, like, I've always like wondered, like, yo, why didn't anybody, like, especially like, you know, another example, not even like going 2,000 years back to Jesus, like, yo, why didn't anybody like say, like, yo, this is wrong, or like, yo, like, let's stop this, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why was he the only one? You know what I'm saying? Like, why was he the only one saying, like, yo, you know, the kingdom is among us and within us, and, you know, we don't need these temples. We are the temple. Our body is the temple, and we can leave this temple and go to the dream world and explore other worlds of the cosmos, you know? Why wasn't anybody else like, yo, hey, he's right, like, yo, y'all are stupid, bro? Or like somebody, try to climb the stage and punch Pilate or whatever his name is. Like, yo, why did that happen? But forget about that. The other example is, like seeing like ICE people, like, just like, just hammering on, just some poor fellow. It's just like, yo, I just want a good life, man. I just want a good life. That's all I want, I barely understand your language and why you like this orange man. What the fuck, fool? Just stop hitting me, and I don't understand why is everybody just like, yo, look at this, bro. Look at how evil everybody is. Like, bro, fucking sock him in the face, bro. Kick that motherfucker, bro. Tackle them. Like, why is everybody just sitting and watching, bro? I never understood that, bro. That's why I try to be like poking people, like, yo, what are you doing, bro? What do you want? What is your dream? I'm poking you. Let's do something, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, ultimately, we can't have, heaven on earth in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just not realistic. Because ultimately the education system is like an industry. Vaccines are literally putting foreign poison within us. And then you have, the food industry is just, putting more poison and grease and gas in our bodies and microbiome and just fucking up everything. And then you have, people the little greedy doctors, take this medication, making money, freaking bank off this fake medications. That's why I'm like, yo, shop Land's End. Like, I do not want to go out of business, bro. Like, I do not want to go out of business. Like, yo, let's make, like, Land's End can be, first of all, it can establish a new culture, and it can replace literally everything. Like, first it can start off as a herb shop, then I'm gonna open a dojo, and then I'm gonna open a yoga studio, then I'm gonna open a Reiki practicing all as one. And this can replace everything that we hate. So please, shop Land's End. Don't let us go out of business, because ultimately I can advertise, I can go around, hand out business cards, say, hey, we got some herbs, we got some supplements, if you like creatine and stuff, mushrooms, just the most natural. If you want to go back to nature, back to your ancient ways, connect to the ancestors, so when you walk and go on hikes, you can actually feel the essence of the Cherokee and Creek people and all the people that lived here. And that chi is just interacting with your life force. Woo! That's Land's End, baby. That is Land's End. It's land and zen. I'm calm even when I'm not resting. And also, yo, this land is alive. And that's what I was talking about. Holy shit, I cannot feel my toe. And that's what I was talking about with my name. Is like, I always saw my name as like Rom'n William Land. It's like I was being introduced to the land, and I was like, yo, this land is alive. Like, this land is alive. Like, yo, it's alive, bro. It has a conscience. It has a face, I suppose. And that's where I get like, yeah, okay, yeah, Christ is the way, Jesus is the way. The golden river, the golden substance of oil. Yes, this is the way. But understand, it has many faces, many names, and only one heart, and one blood. This is why we should, like, if Christians, I'm pretty sure the Bible says, stand with the oppressed. Coming around like, yeah, one Allah, Christ with it, Jesus, my brother, he is the king. Let's get it, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see that from Christians. I don't, and that's where I'm like, yo, I think the programming of this world and these people is so deep that I can't even, like, even when I meditate and I'm trying to put myself in these people's shoes, I just don't know if I'm able to. Because ultimately, like, my programming came from, like I said, like, just me thinking my name is like, oh my God, the land is alive. Like, yo, does everybody know this? oh, we like God, but like, yo, he has like God, like the land, the stars, the sky, the ocean, the water, the fire, the sun, the earth. These are like, this is like the body of God. This is how we can know God. And, you know, the female side of God. Because ultimately God transcends even his name. Just as we transcend ourselves in death. And it's a great mystery that we should embrace with bliss. And that's what I never understood with this world and these people. And especially moving from Colorado into the Bible Belt. It's just like, it's a head scratcher, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Honestly, I might just make this a long video and like go tomorrow morning back to the mountain. Definitely putting on some socks, because like I said, my toe, I can't really feel my toe right now. Like, it's kind of blue and gray right now, bro. Yeah, let me get the AC or the heat on my feet, for real. So hot feet up in here, but yeah, bro. Yeah, we are like, I'm gonna call this video like, we are not enemies. We are not enemies. The people we can't afford to be enemies. Like, if we literally can't afford to be enemies. Like, we're not enemies. You know, like gays, heteros, black, whites, immigrants, citizens, whatever. You know, we're not enemies, bro. And like I said, bro, if we can unite, like, especially America, because, you know, we can embody freedom. Like, I posted a video saying, you know, you're an N-word. Freedom of speech, come slap me, bro. You know, like, America is supposed to embody freedom and bravery, and there's a quite lack of that, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, yo, if we can, like, okay, there's 500 million Buddhists, and honestly, they're the most united religion. Then you have the Taoists, and then you have the atheists, right? Even the atheists are like, yeah, I want to have love. Like, yo, where's my girl? Where's my husband? Like, yo, I want love. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to have peace. I don't care what you say, bro. I don't care who you say, how you say. Like, you want peace. You want love. You don't want to be powerless. And ultimately, I form this with the principle, you know, we have to be humble, where we don't pillage another village, but also powerful, you know, not braggadocious where we pillage another village, but also peaceful, where, you know, strong with our peace, where we don't let somebody else pillage our village. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be braggadocious with our power, where we pillage another village. So we must be strong with our peace as to prevent our village from being destroyed. And that's the formula. And I want to talk about my dream last night. Like I was dreaming, I was in my basement, and I was like trying to do something, and I just started levitating. I was like, yo, no, I want to do what I was trying to do. I don't know what I was trying to do. I don't know why I would do that thing. I don't know what I was doing. But I was just like, started levitating like a balloon. I was like, yo, I can't go down. I'm levitating, yo, like, help me. And bro, I started freaking out in the pool. I woke up, you know, in my hotel room, like, yo, what? Was that a lucid dream? Or I was just like, that's definitely the most lucid I felt in a dream. But anyways, what I was saying before that was, I am nothing. I know nothing. God is with me. And that's it. And yeah, that's I was just like, at first I was saying it with my mouth, you know, and then I was saying it in my mind, you know, just kind of letting it wash over me. So affirmations, prayers, chants, chi flows, because that's ultimately like the word moving form, or not word, like wordless, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, sunrise meditation, prayer, chi flow, yoga, nightly meditation, chi flow, prayer, is the first step. Because ultimately the Hopi prophecy was like, yeah, there's gonna be people choosing materialism, and they're gonna choosing so much materialism opens to war, because you ultimately, I believe the word is covet. You ultimately like, don't touch my holy grail. You know what I'm saying? You start tweaking out over, your possessions, right? And then the spiritual way, which is, hey, we're all spirited up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all spirit up in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't gotta do all this extra stuff, let people worship let them celebrate how they want to celebrate. And ultimately, like, when I think of God, like, I think of God like meditating or praising on a mountain. And, someone walks up to me, he's like, what are you doing? And God's like, I'm praying, or no, I'm praising. And and somebody's like, well, what are you praising? And God's like, can I just praise? It feels right. And they're like, let me praise with you. And then boom, you know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do, is unite people to ultimately dap up the God, the Mother Earth, Father Cosmos, Mother Cosmos, the Father Ether. Like I said, whatever you see for real, Father, Son, or Jesus, or whatever. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the spiritual way is just like, yeah, we're all spirit. We're spiritual animals. Animals comes from the root word animus, which means to animate. So, and then ultimately, this reaches balance with the material path. Because ultimately, like, yeah, I like some good food every now and then. And this is where, most religions were like, we will feast after we fast. So ultimately, we got to make a new calendar up in there and get off this matrix time, this Gregorian, Pope Gregory time. Look around, it's not working. So, yeah, I think that's all I got. Oh, yeah, the Hopi prophecy. Like, I am mostly a white person, though I do have Shumash blood. Probably the most scarce blood I have is African blood, so I'm not really watery for real. In that sense, because the Hopi people, they're like, yeah, the blue people, which is only who we call black people now. The blue people are masters of water. The white people are masters of fire. The red people are masters of earth, and the yellow people are masters of wind. So, and yeah, I see Jesus as the winded deliverer, because everybody's like, Jesus, and that bro's tired, bro. Like in a metaphorical sense. It's like, Jesus, help me. He's just running around. So, like, in the wind, but also, like, he's winded. Like, he's like, Yahweh. Trying to catch his breath, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Ultimately, connection to your chi makes it easier for us all to unite, because we don't have to seek a God to do it. We just seek each other. Because ultimately, I was meditating one time. I was like, we saved each other. We saved each other. Why do we need a savior? We saved each other. This is real. Wow. And then when somebody say, oh, God is real, magic is real, chi is real, they're saying the word Israel, and then everybody's like, Israel's a terrorist country, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, yo, iration, bro. Iration. It's mixed with creation and ire. Aya, my name for God. Aya. It represents wholeness of the collective and the individual, the inanimate and the living. And ultimately, yeah, a flute is a symbol of peace. And the feminine and masculine, transcendent hemispheres of God, the supreme God. So, yeah, I think that's all I got. Like I said, I might make this a longer video, so if like you just seen this one, like, you pretty much seen everything. The true warriors of peace and truth, and the rainbow warriors, the 144, are definitely, we're definitely in the millions by now. But originally we are manifested just as the 12 disciples. Jesus and Mary Magdalene makes them 14 disciples of Christ. Just as they were manifested from the rivers of electricity within our body, so too is the 144 manifested from the 144. Might be, it's something in biology. The 100 is something with DNA. Maybe, I don't know. But it's ultimately reflected manifestations of the human temple of the body. It's just different parts of the human temple are manifested. So yeah, that's actually really cool. And yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I got. Like eons, like eons pass as age of enlightenment. Like our lifespans are so short, so that's why we see so short-sighted. So yeah, start with small. Sunrise, sunset, prayer, meditation, chi flow, life force, channel, flow, river of consciousness, honing, practice, just 10 minutes. And yeah, this is ultimately will help us master our dream world, our inner world, so we can actually plan, more accordingly to make dreamland, aeration, heaven on earth, nation of levitation. So yeah, peace, light, love, peace and blessings. Stay roaming around, strong, exploring. Actually, I don't think I ever touched on, when I thought about my name, how I saw it as, I was just being introduced to a land that is alive, so I'm just like roaming around, like, yo, this junk is cool, man. Like, this is cool, I'm exploring for real. But then when I looked up, like in the dictionary and like the Bible and the etymology of that, my name means powerful helmet of nature or something like that. I'm like, all right. So yeah, that's really all I got for real. Know who you are. If you want to say the affirmation, I am nothing, I know nothing, I love my name, God is with me, then I recommend you do that. Sort of master your dream world. And yeah, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm out. Peace, baby. Oh, one more thing, like, I'm definitely being like censored and hindered against, because like I turned on my phone now, it's at like 40%, 37 to be precise. When I was on the mountain, it was on 8%. This doesn't make any sense. So yeah, understand people do not like me, people hate me. We are not enemies. And also, I want to tell a story. I was fasting for 36 hours, and I went on a jog barefoot on this gravel track in Clinton Nature Preserve. And I met this one fellow, old blue man, and we started reciting poetry together. And, we were like reciting on beat. And like I looked at the sky, I remember looking at the sky, and it looked like a portal. Not like a portal as in like a circle oval portal, but as in like a moving portal. So I recommend you fast and meditate upon what is your authority. Do you have inner sovereignty? If somebody's being harmed, do you step in or do you record? Peace out. But yeah, honestly, I don't know the best way to describe it other than a portal. Like, I guess like if the ocean and the sky were like sprinting towards the horizon. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. I love y'all. I love humans, man. I love my people. And I must have loved something. Must have love about something. I love, man. Peace. Bro, I knew it was something with the genome. Just the estimated 144 is the estimated number of human genes. So yeah, I'm lucky, you're lucky, we're all so lucky, we all should be so grateful. But it's harder when there's hate and lies and deception. So yeah, came to put that to sleep for real. Peace. What's good, y'all? Back with another podcast video. Peace be with us. First, I want to address, originally off, I suppose. Look at this view, man. My scarf came off. It's all good. All right, next. Next, I want to apologize for not coming at y'all on this YouTube and on the TikTok as well. I really just be on Instagram, and honestly, I might transition from Instagram to TikTok. And I hope y'all can hear me. This wind is roaring, bro. It took me a minute to even play my flute jingle because the wind was just messing me up. My hands are frigid, my toes are cold. I hiked up to the summit here. It's so beautiful, man. I miss the mountains. The mountains got my heart. They my majesty. Just look at them. Absolutely gorgeous. Next, I want to address what I'm wearing and why I'm wearing it. Because I don't want people to think, I've converted to Muslim, or my fault, Islam. sorry, Islam. But I do reckon that the declaration of the word one Allah will manifest dreamland, heaven on earth, higher quicker than, using God, but one Allah, God Most High. And to be honest, it would be accurate for someone to say, I am God. We're animals, right? If you look at the root word of animal, it comes from animus, to animate yourself, right? To have spirit. But if somebody says this, somebody else could walk in the room and say, well, I am God too. And then, I will come in and say, I think the most accurate phrase we are looking for is I is God. This becomes one with, nature. You create the oneness of, what every religion strives to teach. Another reason I wear this is to silently protest against 50 states, one Israel. And another reason I wear this is because it's cold out here. I need something to warm. I was wearing it like a ninja mask on the way up here. And the other reason is because this is made of cotton. Resonates the same frequency vibration as our skin. So it naturally helps me connect to my spirit, my chi, my ire, my soul, God, one Allah. And with that out of the way, I just want to get talking about the state of the world, man. Because obviously this podcast is called Roaming Around. When I say stay roaming around, I mean stay explorative. But also, if you look at the definition of Roman, it means powerful. So stay powerfully exploring with your peace, whether in your mind, in the spirit world, in the mindverse, in the physical world, wherever. Stay roaming around strong. So often I meditate. I was just meditating here. The wind was so loud. But, just exploring the different opinions, beliefs, interests, perspectives, and knowingness of the people on earth. Just to make, myself clear, I suppose, is I am one of the manifested soldiers of the rainbow. When I say, this rainbow bro, this soul sis said this, I mean that we are the manifested soldiers of truth of the sun, here to bring peace on earth. And with this aspect, with this fact, I just want to talk about the journey humanity has been on. My God, bro. My God. If you made it this far, and this is the final outro, ultimately just rejoice in how far we have come as a people. and practice your way, sunrise, sunset, whether meditation, prayer, or stretch, chi flow, martial arts. Be unwavering in your dream. Peace.